So, how much does it cost to run one of these? I'm not a mechanic, but I'll do my best to tell you everything I know as a longtime owner. In all honesty, it takes a commitment to keep these going. And I'll say this, the build quality is extraordinary, but the thought of repairs scares a lot of people, as it should. It's not cheap to maintain and fix them, and sadly many of these cars suffer from one form of neglect or another. That's why it's so important to find a car with a good history file so you know exactly what's been done to the car and what will need doing. There's certain things specific to these cars that you have to do every so many years, regardless of how much they're driven. First, you have regular maintenance, oil and fluid changes, the consumables, belts, hoses, filters, shocks, little rubber parts like bushings, about the same cost as a premium luxury car such as a BMW 7 Series. And these prices are parts and labor from a marked specialist at $175 an hour. So labor accounts for a lot. Some brave owners can do their own repairs, but the learning curve is steep, and for me it's worth it to know it's done right by someone with the right knowledge who will find what else needs doing while they're in there. Then there are common items that you may need to replace if they haven't been done. The good news is that, again, with the build quality of these components, once you replace them, they're good for many years. Here's a few examples. Then there are things specific to these cars that need to be done every 7 to 10 years, mostly in regard to the braking system. These cars are famous for their somewhat complicated hydraulic system, a little bit of over-engineering licensed by Citroën. Did I say that right? Citroën? This scares a lot of people, but once all components are in order, it's good for another 7 to 10 years. The main parts unique to this system are the fluid reservoir, brake lines, brake pumps, and accumulators. The accumulators are hydrogen-charged spheres that need to be recharged or rebuilt every 7 years or so. And the rubber brake lines need to be replaced on the same time schedule as they swell and deteriorate from the inside, causing all kinds of problems. And even if they look good on the outside, they'll need to be replaced. And an important service every 2 years is the brake reservoir service. If a car sits, it can get gunky in there, and there are little filters that need attention. The fluid needs to be changed, and RR363, which is required for this system, is expensive. Last time I checked, it was about $28 a liter, and you'll need about 10 liters. And the brake pumps will also need new seals, and that's a few $100s. You can do that at the same time. My last bill for all this work was $6,900. It's a lot, but again, once you do it, you're good for quite a few years. You might think of it this way. If you buy a good example for $28,000, keep an equal amount aside for maintenance and repairs that you may need over the next 10 years or so. So you're really buying a $60,000 car, but you pay half now and half over time. And you can drive the hell out of it and enjoy it for all those years. And the thing about these cars, which is counterintuitive, is the more you drive them, the better they get, as it keeps everything moving. And many problems pop up when a car sits. Gas and brake fluid get gunky, things corrode and stick together, seals get dry, electrical contacts and window mechanisms stick in place. But the engine is durable and strong and will require little attention if the oil is changed on schedule. The transmission is likewise bulletproof with regular servicing. The key takeaway from all this is to find a car with good records so you know what needs may be imminent. And of course, start with something with no rust or cosmetic issues, because those will be big money to fix. Is it worth it? For us, yes, because there's nothing better than motoring in the countryside with someone you love. It's what we do for fun. On our last trip to Chicago, a bunch of little things popped up that were very unusual. We got them resolved, and since that time, we've had no issues and 2.5 years of trouble-free driving. But if you contemplate buying one of these, go in with your eyes wide open, and when you get your first big repair bill, put it in the file. have a glass of scotch, and forget about it.